WOD 1. The name's clean, max clean. In 6 minutes, find your 1 rep max barbell clean. WOD 1 standards. The barbell begins on the ground. A muscle clean, power clean, squat clean, or split clean may be used. As long as the barbell comes up to the shoulders, with the hips and knees fully extended, with the feet in line and the elbows in front of the bar. Athletes load their own bar, choose their warm-up loads, and may take as many attempts as they want during the 6 minutes. Score 1, max load lifted. WOD 2. Change the station. This one sucks. With a running 9-minute clock, burpees, goblet squats, kettlebell swings, and box overs. There are 2 rounds with 1 minute rest between rounds. On 3, 2, 1, go, athletes will begin burpees. Athletes will work at each station for 1 minute. The MC will announce when it's time to switch to the next station. Then, with no rest, and as quickly as possible, athletes will switch to the next station for the next minute of work. After the first round of all 4 stations, athletes will rest 1 minute. The MC will again announce 3, 2, 1, go, and athletes will repeat another round in the same manner as the first. WOD 2 standards. Burpees. Athletes begin the first burpee by standing upright, knees and hips fully extended. For each repetition, the athlete bends the knees and places the palms flat on the floor. Athletes must get the entire front of their body flat to the floor, including the chest and hips. Athletes then perform a push-up and return feet toward the hands. With hands off the floor, the athlete will stand up, extend the knees and hips, and jump, while clapping their hands above the head. Goblet squat. The starting position is standing, fully upright, with the knees and hips extended, holding the kettlebell horns upright and the kettlebell at a height between the chest and neck. While maintaining the kettlebell grip position, the athlete lowers the hip crease to below the knee and stands back up to the fully upright position for each rep. American kettlebell swing. The kettlebell starts on the ground, handle up. Using both hands, the athlete grabs the handle of the kettlebell and stands upright with the hips extended. Then the athlete begins the lowering arc of the movement. The kettlebell must pass behind the legs at the bottom. Then the athlete begins the rising arc without performing an elevator movement. The American kettlebell swing finishes when the kettlebell is directly above the head, hips extended, with the base of the kettlebell facing the ceiling and the handle facing the top of the athlete's head. Box overs. Athletes start by standing with 2 feet on the floor. Intermediate athletes must jump on top of the box, with both feet landing on top of the box at the same time. Novice masters athletes may jump up or step up to get both feet on top of the box. Both feet must be on top of the box before jumping or stepping down on the opposite side. Athletes do not need to stand up completely while on top of the box. They may face any direction while mounting and dismounting. No part of the athlete's body, other than the bottom of the feet, may touch the box to assist any part of the movement or catch balance. The dismount must be on the opposite side of the box. For goblet squats and kettlebell swings, intermediate males will use 53 pounds, intermediate females 35 pounds, novice and masters male 44 pounds, novice and masters female 26 pounds. For box overs, all males will use a 24-inch box, all females will use a 20-inch box. Score 2, total reps. WOD 3, press and pull and tuck and WOD. With a 7-minute running clock, there's a 3A and a 3B. 3A, 30 shouldered overhead, with a 10 air squat penalty every time the bar is dropped. 3B is an AMRAP, with the remaining time of 3 toes to bar for intermediate or 3 knees to chest for novice and master, followed by 3 deadlifts for both intermediates, novice, and master. If a round of 3 toes to bar or 3 knees to chest plus 3 deadlifts is completed in the remaining time, the athlete will then move on to 6 toes to bar for intermediate or 6 knees to chest for novice master plus 6 deadlifts. If 6 toes to bar for intermediate, or 6 knees to chest, plus 6 deadlifts are completed. With the remaining time, the athlete will then move on to 9 toes to bar for intermediate, 9 knees to chest for novice master, plus 9 deadlifts. The athletes will add 3 reps to each exercise for any rounds completed with any remaining time. For deadlifts, intermediate males will use 205 pounds, intermediate females will use 145 pounds, novice and masters male, 165, novice and masters female, 115 pounds. WOD 3 standards. 3A, shoulder to overhead. The bar will be preloaded with the proper shouldered overhead weight prior to 3, 2, 1, go. On 3, 2, 1, go, the athlete will clean the bar to the shoulders to get it into the position for the shoulder to overhead movement. Using a rack is not permitted. Each rep begins with the barbell on the shoulders and finishes with the weight fully locked out overhead and over the middle of the body. A shoulder press, push jerk, or split jerk may be used, as long as the elbow, shoulder, hips, and knees are fully extended and the bar finishes directly over the body with the feet in line. Once the reps begin, if the barbell ever lowers below the shoulders, the athlete must set it down on the floor and do 10 penalty air squats. The athlete can then continue by cleaning the bar into the at-shoulder position. It should be noted, resting with the bar behind the head is not allowed. 3B. After completing 30 shoulder to overheads, male athletes will add 45 pounds to each side of the barbell. Female athletes will add 35 pounds to each side of the barbell. The athlete is responsible for loading the bar after shoulder to overhead in preparation of deadlifts. Toes to bar intermediate. In the toes to bar, the athlete must go from a full hang to having the toes touch the pull-up bar. At the start of each rep, the arms must be fully extended and the feet must be brought back behind the bar and behind the body. Both feet must come into contact with the bar at the same time, inside the hands. Hanging knees to chest for novice and masters. In hanging knees to chest, the athlete must go from a full hang to having their toes raised at least above the lowest point of the butt. Knees don't have to actually touch the chest. The hips must be fully extended at the bottom, and the feet must be brought back behind the bar and behind the body. Deadlift. The deadlift is traditional, with both hands outside the knees. No sumo deads are allowed. Starting at the floor, the barbell is lifted until the hips and knees reach full extension with the shoulders behind the bar. The arms must be straight throughout. Touch and go is allowed, no bouncing. Score 3 is the time to complete the 30 shoulder to overhead. Score 4 are the total reps completed in the remaining time after the 30 shoulder to overhead are complete. Floater WOD. Rip rowing good time. A 500-meter row for time. Floater standards. The monitor on the rower must be set to 0 at the beginning of each row. The athlete or the judge may reset the monitor. Row 500 meters as fast as you can. The floater WOD must be completed by 1 p.m. as available and the athlete sees fit. The host may adjust the time the floater must be completed. Score 5, the time to complete 500-meter row.